Welcome to episode 20 of U1 Explains. We're celebrating that by taking a look at one of my favorite showstoppers. This is Brecker Brothers and Song for Barry. When we get together, a few friends over a couple of beers, I know I have something hidden up my sleeve. I have the showstopper. It usually ends up by us sitting in front of a computer hooked up to a nice audio system, and we play this and that for each other, and have you heard this and have you heard that, and we're having a good time. And all this time, it's like I have the power because I have the showstopper. And we play things like Dirty Loops and Brecker Brothers and Simon Phillips and Old Prog and Steven Wilson and Snarky Puppy and Zappa and all these nerdy, fantastic music that we like. And it's like I'm sitting on this. I keep it. And when the time is right, I know I can bring something that will make the others, my friends, go, okay, I can bring the showstopper. It's like a superpower. It's crazy. And when the time is right, I can play Song for Barry for them from one of the live versions. It's like an almost religious experience because everybody goes, okay. And after that, there's like nothing we can play. There's like nothing that can top that because it's so strong. It takes us all by so much force that you are almost exhausted after hearing that. So let's back up a little bit. Song for Barry was released back in 1992 on Brecker Brothers' album The Return of Brecker Brothers. So Michael Brecker is listed as the composer in some places, and in some places he's not. And I think it's because he was the one who compiled the song from a snippet, a horn snippet, that he knew that his friend Barry Rogers really loved. Barry Rogers was a trombonist, and Barry, he loved this section, this pattern, and because of that, Michael took that pattern and he wrote this song. The funny thing is that the part that I am considering the showstopper and the part that I just love with all my heart is a part that is not really on the original studio version. It's kind of there, but it's more implied. It's kind of in the song a little bit. And to me, I don't know this, but I get the feeling that when they played this song live, they realized there is so much more to this song that we can do than what appears on our studio album. So let's just expand on it. Let's go with it. They had their guitarist, Mike Stern, and also another guitarist who's called Dean Brown, play and improvise over a section that they kind of expanded from the original part. This is what I think. I have no idea, but this is how I envision what they did. And it turned out to be one of the most amazing song outros of all times, I think. So let's do what we do on this channel. We're going to start with my playthrough, and then we can talk about it and discuss it after. But before we go to my playthrough, it's almost like I have a disclaimer or something. There are some things I need to say before you listen to that. Taking on Song for Barry was really hard. Really hard. And there are several reasons for that. One is that To me, this song was pure magic. It was enigmatic and magic to me. And for the longest time, I didn't want to touch it because I was kind of afraid that I will spoil or ruin it when I dissected it. I want to keep that enigmatic magic thing. And I'm thinking partly of that magic pad chord progression with the bass that is rising and rising and rising. I didn't want to touch it because it was so fantastic to me. The other thing is, of course, that the versions that I've listened to, that they're played by musicians like Mike Stern, Dean Brown, Dennis Chambers, and the Brecker Brothers, and whoa, for me to take on that, I had to build up my confidence to just do it. And it took a while. It took a while to just figure everything out and to play it. The guitar part, the guitar solo, just go in and do something after Mike Stern's amazing solos and Dean Brown that is just cleaning out the house. And for me to go in and play guitar over this was tough. It was really tough. And not until I was confident I could do something, I wanted to do it. The third thing is I don't edit guitars. With all the new technology, it seems like everybody's editing everything. And I never edit my guitar solos. Never. So what you hear is what I played. It's not because I'm so freaking awesome. It's just because I want it to sound the way I played it. I don't want it. It's not. I'm not perfect. My solos are not perfect in any way, but I played them in. I intended something, and I went for it, and I did my best to do that. And I don't want to edit that away to make something perfect for you. I want to keep that vision that I had when I played it. So it's not perfect, but I think it turned out pretty well. So there you have it. My playthrough of the outro of Song for Barry, just the bars that I'm talking about. I hope you liked it. And I'm going to take you into Reaper now, and I'm going to show you how I play this and how I see this chord progression, which is mostly what is magical to me. And here's the thing. you might say that those are not the correct chords. And before you say that, here's what I did. I found over 10 live versions of this song on YouTube by the Brecker Brothers. I didn't find 2 versions where the keyboard player played the same chords. They're tricky to hear, but where I could hear them, they are different. They're all magical, but they're different. So what I did is I compiled and put together my own part from all those 10 parts that I could hear clearly and like. So I have not invented any chords of my own. These are all from the Brecker Brothers live sessions back in the 90s and a bit later. But I just compiled them. So it starts with a C in the bass. And we have this wonderful little chord consisting of a D sharp and a G sharp. Like that. That's the first one. And next one. Same chord. Same chord. Same chord. And now. And they all play. That's on all the versions that I've heard. And then the next sequence with an E in the bass. And now here is the really interesting part. That E is very interesting to me because it leads into this and this. That is really beautiful to me. It's just, I don't know, it just takes me by so much force. So when we start over on the E, and then and back to this, and then we start over again. I just find that magical. It's one of the most beautiful musical pieces I've ever heard. I just love it. So there, my friends, you have it. Song for Barry, as it's played by, or was played by the Brecker Brothers back in the 90s. And we're talking about the final part, the outro, and the Mike Stern solo, Dane Brown solo section. I don't know if you love it as much as I do, but I hope I got you excited over this fantastic piece of music and that you learned something, that you can start playing it yourself or discovering it or rediscovering it. I don't know. And as usual, if you like my content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and all the bells and whistles you can find on YouTube and share my content. It really means a lot to me, and it means that I can keep on doing this stuff. So thank you so much for watching.